Them motherfuckers ain't here to buy no mandingos.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
It's getting near dawn. When lights close the tired eye.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul of faith. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the pilot washed his hands and sealed his face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was a time for a change. Killed the Tsar and his ministers. Anastasia screamed in vain. I rode a tank, held a generous rank. When the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank.
Started calling everybody. He was calling me. He got a heads up. He started calling the bosses at Hot 97. The street team was listening. They heard the executives. Street team was listening. They heard the executives.
Motherfucker respected the commission. Missing me buy and sell bricks for my nigga PD. Down with the team called BBE. Now if you want to join the team, you know you must see me. But you can't talk the feds a dick R.I.D.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing this afternoon? I hope well. Yeah, listen, I've been listening all day. I did a little piece last night. I was in the town. Hold on one second, because I want to show you what everybody's really afraid of. I did a little talk last night, and I spoke for a few minutes, and I talked about what I thought was going on. What up, family? Bardell, what's going on? What up, fam? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? So I did a little talk last night, and I was talking about it. And what I noticed was, is this too loud? I noticed that a lot of people started doing podcasts. And these were matter-of-factly people, people they ain't never been around us, people they ain't never been in the circles. And the way I knew they had never been in the circles and they had never been in the same type of environment as us, it was the way they were speaking. So you can't expect someone not to understand. Because see, one of the highlights is today, he had an underground tunnel. Why the hell's had an underground tunnel? Were they escaping slaves out of that tunnel? Why that tunnel led up to a grotto? Why that tunnel led in there? What's in there? I want to know this men and women. I want to know what was in that tunnel. What were they doing with that tunnel? In that tunnel where they were sticking the women through? Nah. See, that tunnel was in that house before he even purchased that house. And if you would have took your due diligence, you would have found this. And I want you to look at that date right there. Do you see the date? Oh, you still don't believe me. Oh, okay. This is when he bought the place in 2014. This to put some headlines on y'all, right? This is when he bought the place in 2014. Okay, we now in 2024. This was 10 years ago. But y'all didn't know Puff had the goddamn underwater tunnel in his house. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Oh, shit. It gets worse. I got more. Not only did he have the underwater tunnel, but the underwater tunnel was there. Why? That led up to the grotto? Because just like Drake, just like Dave Chappelle, And just like a host of a lot of other people out there, is the architectural structure of many properties that are out there. But if you ain't never seen over $40,000 a year or work for some multi-million-dollar motherfuckers, you wouldn't understand that, now would you? As my man Ugly TV say, you sitting up there in apartments. Up there in apartments. You understand what I'm saying? You up there in apartments. So I don't expect you to have the ideology because you've never been in $40 million homes. I don't expect you to understand the structure, integrity, and architectural splendor of these places because you've never been in them. That's why it was hard for people to ration out. They would say, he got a tunnel in the house? You know who else had a tunnel? John Fitzgerald Kennedy. See, he used to have a tunnel right up in there in the White House. Of all houses, the White House. And he used to sneak Marilyn Monroe's little slim, skinny ass in and out of there. He was knocking it down. This is the president of the United States. This is the president of the United States. He had a motherfucker in there. He built the tunnel for her so she could slide up and down, up and down. You know who he was friends with? Hugh Hefner. You know who Hugh Hefner was friends with? Marilyn Monroe. You know where this house was around the corner from? Hugh Hefner's ex-residence. You want to understand something else that y'all didn't know about? And all your little gossiping and all that stuff? You want to know something else you didn't know? You didn't know that Michael Jackson died in the very same house right around the corner from this home location. Did you know that? The neighborhood, Homely Homes, the home has just 17,000 square feet and has over 3,000 square foot guest home. Some of y'all homes ain't even 3,000 square foot. Motherfuckers online talking about the puff. The European style villa has a 35-seat theater. Say that one more time, Davin. A 35-seat theater. Some of y'all motherfuckers ain't even got 2 couches. A gym, a wine room, and even has an underwater swimming tunnel which connects to the grotto. The Los Angeles Times reported. This was in 2017. See, that's why I say a lot of y'all ain't very good at this whole vlogging thing as much as y'all think y'all are. You ain't really as good at this vlogging thing. He got a tunnel? That nigga got a tunnel. Uptown. That nigga got a tunnel. A tunnel? A tunnel. And I think it running slaves out of there. Wait, running to the Underground Railroad? No, there's slaves. That's what they say. That's what the white man said. White man said, I ain't never seen so many motherfuckers that took so much emphasis in helping the police in my life. Shout out to all you Scooby-Doo turncoat, backstabbing motherfuckers out there that just want to see another man of color tumble down. Shout out to all you women out there that been frustrated and never had a motherfucking marriage proposal in the 60 years you've been here on earth, but you out here talking the most. Shout out to all the women out there that had a son that they emasculated and made him into the motherfucker he is today. Shout out to all of y'all. Because these are amongst the populations that are talking about Puff right now. That's all you had to do was look it up. Another Scooby-Doo motherfucking mystery solved. You're welcome. You're motherfucking welcome. I said, that's what they talking about? They talking about the tunnel in the house? Everybody got that, especially if the architecture goes, okay, let me update y'all a little bit more. So a lot of these homes that are in question, one of them that we're talking about here is right around the corner from where this house is, was a former residency of Hugh Hefner. If you don't know who Hugh Hefner is, Hugh Hefner owned Playboy magazine, one of the top motherfucking publications of schmut in this country, only to be motherfucking one up by the one and only Larry. Shout out to Larry. With that being said, these homes, most of them were constructed within the 1920s, 1930s. More of them were in this tone and this way of being, how can I say it? Some of them were put in the tone of being what you would call cathedral ceilings, things like that, kind of like mark one type of architecture. And others would go out there and it'd be like a Palisades kind of Spanish moniker with the homes. The homes were built in different ways depending on the neighborhoods they are. This is for people that don't understand. At places like this, places like Homely Hills, places like Calabasas, places like Hollywood, or whatever. A lot of these homes have switched neighbors of other stars over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. In fact, some of the neighborhoods that these homes are in add into the selling value of the homes ultimately. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is you're buying the home as is. That grotto and that tunnel was already there. Puff didn't build that tunnel and that grotto. And if you look at the time, and this is where some people were lying. They were trying to say he had the home built. Puff did not have that home built. That home was pre-existing. That home was pre-existing. And the only thing you got to do is go back to 2014. No, I got more. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you. If anything, I'm an expertise in is this right here. And if many of y'all don't know me, my name is Davin Lewis. I'm better known as Professional. I spent 17 years under tutelage of Sean Prez, Sean Diddy Combs, Malcolm Miles, James Cruz, and a whole list of others. Oh, let me not forget Billy Bang. Shout out to Billy Bang. Queens, what up? You understand? So I was around when all these transitions supposedly happened, but we've been in Miami with Puff repeatedly. We've been up in Dream. We've been up in Fountain Blue. We've been up in Wet Willies. We've been up in all these different spots with not only just Puff, but the artists. And yet we ain't seen none of this. We partied with them. We've been up in King of Diamonds with them. We was there for 2 coming home parties for motherfucking T.I. when T.I. was in attendance. One of them was at King of Diamonds, and Cassie was there. You don't remember Cassie when we all locked arms together to make sure we always do that. We lock arms together, make sure that the artists get through or whatever. That was a routine of ours. We lock arms. Cassie shot right through. Cassie, you pulled up. They took us in the fucking whistling. Listen, King of Diamonds is shut down now, but it was this big, huge warehouse down almost damn near in Opelika, which y'all talking about right now. Opelika, if y'all don't know, they host more than versus Miami-Dade, which is right down the street, literally, or Fort Lauderdale, which is right up the street. They host more so private planes, your Gulfstreams, things like that, or whatever. Yes, that brings me to this. Let me break open another one for you here in the coconut nest, huh? Evidently, this is what I gotta do. All right, this is what I gotta do. This is what I gotta do. Just give me 1 second here, guys. Just give me 1 second. So I wanted to show y'all another little bit of information that y'all might have missed or whatever. Let me get rid of this real quick. Let me put this back up. Y'all give me 1 second because this is gonna really blow y'all mind. I'm gonna show y'all how y'all donating to niggas that don't even know what the fuck they talking about. As I'm speaking, ATV is over there with his sitting in his Uncle Kid and graduated. Now he in the kitchen. Y'all donating to a nigga wearing a $3 t-shirt in his uncle's kitchen at 30 plus. I want y'all to look at this right here. A lot of people were saying, I'm gonna give y'all some answers on that too. A lot of people were saying, oh, he's trying to flee the country. He done went to Antigua. Had never. Yeah, guilty now. Lock him up. I have never in my life heard so many motherfucking people of color be so amped to motherfucking literally like, listen, a couple years back in the game or whatever, y'all was sitting back and y'all were talking about, yo, you know what? We got to sit up. We got to do this. Remember all that whole thing that went down or whatever, when, you know, it was George Floyd and Freddie Gray and so many, Michael Brown, all these different names. You understand what I'm saying? We were talking a different tone. That was just a few years ago. As soon as y'all not only promoted, but we got Biden in, it's like y'all changed. But I'll get back in that in a minute. I want to lower that down so make sure y'all can hear me real nice and clear because this one's going to blow your mind. Because this is the one that got on my nerves the most. Because out of all of them I heard, this was the worst. You see, Antigua. A lot of y'all motherfuckers couldn't even pronounce Antigua. That was funny as hell. I said, they can't pronounce Antigua. Antigua. And which many of y'all know us. I don't say it. I know what I deal with. All them type of islands. Antigua along with the Barbados, both places mentioned, have a treaty agreement with the United States. Meaning, like, this ain't like how y'all trying to say Russell Simmons running the Valley. No, it's right there on the screen for you. You can read it right there. Oh, you need another version? Okay, I'll give you another version. You need another version? You need another version? Y'all better go collect them vlogs. Y'all better go correct them vlogs. Y'all might want to send some people their money back, too. Y'all might want to send some people their money back. Do y'all see that right there? Do y'all see that right there? That's a little bit clear for you. Right when they said that, as these niggas been going to Antigua for I don't know how long. One of Janet Jackson's favorite islands is Antigua. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. One of Janet Jackson's favorite islands is Antigua. It's beautiful there. Antigua. That's it. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. Antigua has an extradition agreement with the United States. And Barbados, and especially Barbados. That's why you see Barbados written right down there. And it's been such. It was signed June 3rd, 1996, and went into effect July 1st, 1999. So for well over 25 years, if you a jet setter, especially if you parking your jet in the islands, and by the way, that wasn't Antigua where the jet was parked at. The jet was parked in the Barbados. And I'm gonna get into that in a minute too. I'm trying to hit these niggas, man. What's up, Marisha? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to educate him. He's running like once I heard that actually heard it once last night. And I was like, you can't be serious. That's the first thing I said when I first heard. I said, you can't be serious. You talking about Antigua? There's not one island down there. I don't think there's not one island. I'm pretty sure, but I don't think there's nothing but like maybe one or two islands down there that don't have an extradition agreement with the United States of America. They said Antigua or some shit like that. You heard it too, right? I'll tell you can't say Antigua. I keep telling y'all listening to a lot of these vloggers, y'all listening to these motherfuckers didn't even graduate high school. Y'all listening to these dumb motherfuckers. Tell motherfuckers spell Antigua. How about that? Tell them, they started bringing up and they cut in their dollar say, spell Antigua, motherfucker. Y'all make sure to support hit up the cash app. It's right there on the screen. $STRINGERBELL80. Since y'all out here, y'all donating to liars, y'all donating to people that don't make no sense or whatever the case may be, exaggerating what they saying. And Antigua has literally had a fucking extradition agreement since 1999. That's 25 years back with the United States of America involving extradition. You understand what I'm saying? The only people that are exempt from that is China, Indonesia, Iran, Mongolia, Russia, Taiwan, Ukraine, Vietnam, and GCC states, which I forgot. I think that's the African border countries and stuff like that in North Africa, things like that or whatever, which the U.S. doesn't have that much involvement in. Point being is, the last motherfucking place you gonna run into is Antigua. That's how you know these motherfuckers ain't never traveled. I'll keep trying to tell y'all listening to people that are uncultured. They don't speak any other language. I just had a motherfucker tell me, yo, Cerrone, if you still here, I had a motherfucker tell me I ain't half Latino the other day. I about fucking fell out on the floor. This was in a chat room. They ain't say it to me. They was over on the other side somewhere saying some shit. I'm like, oh my God, you really don't know me, huh? It was fucking hilarious. I got a whole bunch of people talking shit about me, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna handle it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Say what you want. Continue on. Only thing I'm doing is proving you people wrong. Proving you people are nothing but gossips. Proving you people are taking advantage of good people out there and telling them porgy pies and then giving them the exact truth. I just disproved two things to you. Number one, if you're just not showing up here, I just disproved to everybody about this tunnel talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to talk about, oh, he got some tunnels up in there. I know that nigga ain't got no tunnels up in there now. What are you doing with them tunnels up in there now? That's where they were sneaking under the freed slaves, the white women, and all them for the freak off. It was through the tunnel. That's why he bought the house, and that's why Hugh Hefner is attached to it. I know this is the truth because I had somebody come up on my panel and say they knew the cousin of the cousin of the cousin of the cousin that used to be around them. And she can confirm it. She ain't been seen in about 10 years, but she can confirm it. Antigua, hooked on phonics. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of these motherfuckers, I even look at the way they read. I'm like, I speak I might as well say 2.5 languages because I speak a little bit of French, but I'm damn sure it's not as good as English and Spanish. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm talking to people that like, you're listening to people that, for one, are not around stars. That's more importantly. You understand what I'm saying? That's like somebody reporting on a TV show and they ain't actually watched the TV show. That don't make sense, do it? So why are you listening to people that don't actually be around the stars that they talking about or never been around the stars they be talking about? And there's a lot of people I call out for that. It's a lot of you fraud. Last night when this pup thing broke, and I'm going to get back into the diatribe, I noticed that a lot of people, and that's why I didn't scream on my Cash App number twice. Because I said, I ain't trying to make money off Puff. Puff want to bless me some money, he will. You know what I'm saying? Puff, I'm out here fucked up. I'm looking horrible, man. Draw me like 8 or something, man. I need something. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, I ain't doing it for that. I'm gonna stand up for niggas. I'm gonna show niggas what I wanted. You understand what I'm saying? When I was going through my thing, how I wanted people to fight for me. You know what I'm saying? So until the judge hit the gravel and there's some criminal motherfucking deliberations that end with him being convicted of one of these crimes, you know, I'm riding with the company. I'm riding with the company because there's too many factors here. Another thing that came up with discussion today was somebody talking about, oh, I can't believe that he didn't win against the grain and talk about there was excessive force. You're motherfucking right, it was excessive force. Why the fuck you got all them people that, first of all, listen, wasn't no women in there being held against their will. Y'all remember down there in Ohio when that older man had them women held up in the motherfucking house in Ohio and they had been there for like 10 or 8 years, some shit like that. One of the girls that actually became an adult in the basement of this man's house. Y'all remember that? And it was that black dude that went in there and he heard one of them whimpering or whatever the case was and he saved them. That's when you needed the police force that you had when you had it right there. There wasn't no girls hiding up in that motherfucking house and everybody know that. Now, I'm going to break. Cuba, I believe, is the only one, if I'm correct, that I don't have extradition treaty. Exactly. That's another reason I'm laughing. So, you know, you already know, but these niggas, they don't know me like in real life. So they just like, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Very well motherfucking put. Cuba's the only one out of the fucking Caribbean countries and don't have, and I think no, Honduras does too. I think Honduras does too. So, but it might, and I know definitely no Panama has one, but I definitely believe it's Cuba, and it might possibly be Honduras. I'm not sure, but it might be the Honduras. That's when I heard that shit last night, I was like, oh, you offy. Hey, what's going on, Lexi? How you doing? Lexi, I want to say something to you too. Thank you very much for defending me on this little rumor or whatever that this one individual put out or whatever. I saw some things where you were defending me. You understand? Don't ask me how I saw him. I just saw him. And I just want to say thank you very much. I know you ain't no fraud. You was here when all that transpired and you know what I said. And a lot of people are using that against me now, trying to basically break me down so financially I won't be supported, my podcast won't be supported, et cetera, for their own beneficial means, meaning that they want to siphon support from me and bring it towards themselves by being people that quote unquote expose and this, you know. And it's sad to say when you came in contact with some of these people, I would have never thought that that's what it would have transcended. But I want to say to them 5 or 6 people that's in there defending me because they saw what happened and they agree. Well, not necessarily agree, but they see what happened. They can make a scope of it. I want to say thank you and thank you very much. I appreciate that. I salute y'all. Now, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later because I got a different way I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to flat out, oh, you trying to expose me? Got you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You try to expose me with lies, and that's what I mean again. So back to Puff. So outside the tunnel thing and everything like that, we was talking about the accessibility that these people came through. Now, I want to ask all these bloggers or whatever, how many of y'all actually been on a raid? I know there's 3 people in my chat room that have. How many of y'all actually been? They have some toxic people on here. Yes, they do. And that's exactly how I said it. Hashtag some. Hashtag some. The fact that one motherfucker can rally up a whole bunch of troops is beyond me. But thank you, Lexi, again. if you ever been in a raid, you know what I'm saying? I think so too. In that, you know, if you ever been in a raid, son, like, listen, I know motherfuckers, and you can look this up. I didn't take the time to look this up because it was too lengthy. I just wanted to jump into it when my spirit was in it. But let me tell you something, right? You can look up, and there are multiple cases where I can point out 2 in Chicago right now. I can point out at least 4 in New York right now. You just ain't never heard of them or didn't do the research to look and see if it was standing or not. And that's the problem. You're getting these lazy YouTubers that won't even do the due diligence for the people and do the research on what they're talking about. They just jump up. You see how quickly I just debunked 3 things within 10 minutes? I debunked 3 things within 10 minutes. And the one that'll be highlighted and pushed the most won't be this one. Y'all make sure y'all share this right now, too, because I want to get this out. This ain't necessarily the defending cycle. This is more so evaluating what's presented to us. Puff has not been charged with anything. That's first and foremost. He hasn't been charged with a damn thing. And this is just basically procedure, what they do, where there's assumptions like this. Now, I'm going to be... nah, don't say that. There's going to be some attention brought to some of y'all specific YouTubers in the future here. And you're going to see exactly what I mean. And you better be ready for... I know one person that's off that list. A duo. Because they did a solid and they kept it a buck, so I'm gonna do the same. And I made sure to take care of that. But there's some people there's something added, but they need to get a nice little cease and desist, and maybe that'll stop some of this fueling. Cause see, what y'all don't understand is I see something that many people didn't see, and I saw it months ago. There's a connection between these rumors and all this shit or whatever, and the actual actions of people out here. And I'll get into that in a few seconds, but I want to sit back to this because y'all don't understand if you haven't heard about it. I don't know if it was Killer B. Shout out to Braff. I don't know if it was Killer B or who it was. When somebody filed a motion, and what they did was they filed a motion on Puff's behalf and said there was excessive use being used. Now, I know people that have had their houses raided. And like I said, I know in Chicago and also out here and in New York City tri-state area. And they have recouped what was damaged. Now, I heard one of the fellow YouTubers tonight, she said something like, I ain't never heard of nothing. Like, well, that's because you ain't a fucking active lawyer. And who the fuck are you to reference anyway? Like, I just love these matter-of-factly ass men and women that be on here. I ain't never heard of that, so it can't be. Well, you're not a lawyer. You don't have any judicial position whatsoever, any type of anything. So why would we listen to you? You get what I'm saying? So it gets kind of confusing. But let me continue on here. And if you're wondering what you're looking at right there between my Cash App right there, make sure y'all sit up and support my Cash App. You know, my people told me, they say, yo, you need to start saying your Cash App more often, because I don't know who made up the lie about I sit up here all day and be complaining about my Cash App. No, I put in work on foot, on ground, in city and locations to get my locations. I don't set up in my uncle motherfucking kitchen. I graduated from the bedroom. Now I'm on the second floor in the kitchen. While I'm living in my uncle's house, I'm talking about a man that's worth $1 billion and live a lifestyle that you'll never live. And that's the gist. We get on and try to take down our own. That's what they do out here. You know, I had to correct a few people in here. They trying to use videos with his kids. Yeah. That's another thing, too. Kids are off limits, man. I don't care if the kids are 22, 23, 24, whatever. I don't know who opened the door for that. Oh, I know, some toxic women. That's who. Because men knew better than to do that. That's why I said that come from some women. That come from some low-down women. We don't talk about the kids. We leave the kids out of it. You won't never one time hear me say something about, I think I said one time about somebody's kids because the nigga kept pressing the issue. After that, I left it alone. I was like, yo, my nigga, really, I don't even want to do that. Like, just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Puff filing this motion, and for what they destroyed, I'm going to put y'all on to something else too in a minute. And what they destroyed, yes, justified. And if you got the bread, ain't that what it's about? Fighting against the system? Somehow or another, y'all got scared of fighting against the system. Like, I went in front of fucking Trump Tower, defended black women, and nobody recognized that whatsoever. And I did it in front of the police. I did it, which I panned the camera on. I'm going to throw that up for y'all. I panned the camera on them. You understand what I'm saying? And I was defending women of color. Do you know I went up there twice and did that, and a week later a chick is over on some other site now talking about, yo, and he did this and he did that and he hates women of color. And that I said, bitch, I just put my life at risk and my opportunity at risk defending a woman of color. What the fuck are you talking about? But what I see in return is this black excellence that Puff was once talking about. We're going to get back into the diatribe, is now falling to capitalism. Capitalism and the facade of power. That's why I'm playing that in the background. Matter of fact, y'all make sure y'all get in tune because y'all going to hear that again in a minute. Yes, I hate when they stay with the kids no matter what age. Exactly. No matter what age, we shouldn't be talking about kids. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. So moving on. Do I think Puff's justified? Yeah. Do I think he'll get some recoups off of anything that was broken or fucked up? Nah, but I'm glad he did it anyway. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Hola, gente. Tú sabes. Salud, pana. Salud, salud, salud. Era la gente la colombiano, ¿no? Trevor, salud, pana, salud. We have to be adults for the younger. Exactly. Ain't been no chicks for the adults. See, the problem is, Lexi, I'm going to tell you right now. I talked about this before. I went to school, and my little brother's still here. He tell you the same thing. We went to school with a lot of girls that were like 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. I just had a conversation with one of my homegirls I didn't even know. She was 12 years old when she had her daughter. She about to turn 49. Her daughter about to turn 28. I swear to God, I can't make this up. And I said, what? And I didn't know until she showed me a birthday. I saw a birthday post she had put up on her page. I was like, oh, wow. Anyway, back to Puff. Another thing I want to, I guess you say, debunk, and give y'all some information on is this. The reason they were at that house that we're in the mention, you know, that house that got the tunnel. You know, it got the tunnel in there. What Puff doing with that tunnel? Well, the tunnel was there when the house was built. And the tunnel was there when he purchased the house in 2014. And he let y'all know that the house had a tunnel in it back in 2014. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, he let you know, oh, by the way, the house got a motherfucking, yeah. Like, the house got a motherfucking, hold on, I'm gonna show you what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, brother, he literally let y'all know the house got a motherfucking tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just wasn't paying attention to the right shit. See what I'm saying? This is what I talk about. You got to watch these motherfuckers out here on these YouTube streets y'all donating to, but these niggas telling you don't donate to me. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There it is right there. And you see the date 2014. Oh, you need more? You need more. I got you. I understand. You need more. I understand. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got you. We got you here. We got you here. They said they need more, y'all. They said they need more. I don't believe you, Davin Lewis. Okay. Puff Daddy reports new home on the prestigious Homely Hills neighborhood. The music motorhome's estimated worth is $700 million. This is back then. Recently closed the escrow on a $40 million estate in the exclusive Los Angeles enclave where Michael Jackson died, where Hugh Hefner lastly resided. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers, they don't even put in the work. They don't put in the work. There it is right there. You understand what I'm saying? Thank you, Lady Spoke. I appreciate that. And they can do so right here. Like, support my channel because I'm sitting up here debunking the niggas. Y'all want some other shit? Here's this one. So when they on it, if y'all don't believe that part right there, here's some more for y'all. I got some more for y'all. All right, y'all want some more? I got some more for y'all. See, what's gonna happen is all the people that was hating on it or whatever, what they gonna do is they gonna feel stupid now. They're gonna feel stupid now because you was running with this and you took donations from people pushing this narrative. Here's the other one I debunked. Motherfucker said, yo, he running for motherfucker. He gonna try to run Antigua. That nigga. That's what they really trying to say. That nigga. You know what I mean? Which I'm gonna break that down towards the end, because that's what it really come down to. Pup, you gotta stop this black excellence shit. These motherfuckers are capitalists and slaves. You understand what I'm saying? They don't live by the same tenets that other kids grew up on and all that or whatever it is no more. You understand what I'm saying? So what you got to do is there's a few of them mixed in between, but at the most part, these motherfuckers will sell you out, throw you up under a bus, and say fuck you in the end. They tried to twirl it on me last week, and I predicted what a motherfucker was going to do before they left. I was trying to tell niggas this 3 years ago. Stop saying that black excellence shit. These motherfuckers ain't on that path. They on a path of motherfucking soulless. They on a path of getting theirs. They're on a path of capitalism, and they will throw you up under the bus if you get in the way of any of that. In other words, these motherfuckers are not trying to return back to poverty with which they came, but at a different value than you can understand. Way different value. So we used to get abused by the streets when we was coming up. We didn't get abused at home necessarily. These motherfuckers get abused at home and in the streets. You want me to run that back for you? They get abused at home and the streets. There's some real precious type shit here. You understand what I'm saying? In reality. Anyway, let me continue. So Antigua, if many of y'all didn't know, you can't see it up on the board. A lot of people were running off the mouth. Oh, he ran to Antigua, girl. Oh, he done ran it. This includes some boys too. Oh, he done ran to Antigua, girl. Oh shit, girl. He tried to escape, girl, but they caught him, girl. The police there. These motherfuckers sitting up there talking like they about to go to the policeman's bull and shit, right? Meanwhile, anybody in the know, this is what I mean by unaccomplished, untraveled, uncultured, unversed types that be online all the time. Y'all ain't realize the motherfucking United States has had a fucking extradition agreement with fucking Antigua and the Barbados since July 1st, 1999, and it was signed on June 3rd, 1996, you goofy motherfuckers. But there was people taking cash ass for that last night. Do you understand what I'm saying here? There was people taking cash ass. There's got a couple motherfuckers in here gonna be mad at me. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, now they copy off each other and a lot of misinformation. I went to look up all this. I figured you would debunk with this simple research, but they too lazy, but yet still they taking people's money. Thank you, one lady Sparkle, for being up in here. I'm sorry I didn't even see her. I was so busy reading, I didn't even see him up in here. Shout out to you. They're always looking at, always motherfucking being number one with me. I appreciate that. Go to church. Somebody wrote in here, go to church while I'm sitting up here debunking what happened. I don't know what happened here. Hola, loca. Tú sabes. Recata. ¿Qué pasó contigo, gente? Tú sabes, vaya. Más gente latino entra aquí, tú sabes. I went to look up all this. I figured you would debunk. Sparkle gets it. Yeah, Sparkle gets it. Everybody get it. But these motherfuckers are up online taking fucking cash apps and donations for misinformation. We got the nerve to call me out, man. Hey, who else wants something? Anyway, listen. Let me continue. I'm sorry. I'm gonna calm down. You know, they say I get a little turned up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are scared and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on, well-seasoned woman? How you doing? Jag gonna do a gun for me. We ain't talking about Jag, man. Shout out to Huggy Pampers, man. This is bigger than Huggy Pampers. I know she gonna ride off this, though. She gonna be, I told y'all niggas back in 2023. I told you, nigga. Jag do be sound like Stink Meaner sometimes. I might start calling her Stink Meaner instead of Huggy Pampers. Shout out to Huggy Pampers. Because I tell you one motherfucking thing about Huggy Pampers, though. She did call some shit that was right. And throughout my whole journey, let me put it this way, I always kept a side eye to that, even in the discussions. I said, well, you know, maybe Huggy got a point. You know what I'm saying, about some shit. Because I tell you this much, I said that a motherfucker would do something, and Lexi, you were here. I said a motherfucker would do something, and motherfucker, they did it exactly the way I said they would do. I said, this motherfucker gonna run over here into a little secret space, and then they gonna try to create a narrative. That motherfucker attacked me. He don't like women of color. He asked me for $10. No, bitch, I said if you motherfucking got one more word to say out of the 20 fucking comments I already posted of you on my channel, donate at least $10, but you couldn't do that because you're a broke motherfucker. That was the real conversation. And then she tried to, in my chat room, as other people are listening, like people were literally listening to what was going on. This woman turned around and said, "He asked me for $10. Did y'all hear that?" Like nobody said nothing. It was just crickets. But she was able to take that narrative. I'm using this as an example of Puff too. They're able to take that narrative, go to another space on YouTube or even another social media engine, and create what they want to and spin it till you catch up with them. Dead serious. Just like this. I'm trying to find Antigua. He's trying to escape. He's trying to do like Russell Simmons. Well, Antigua got a motherfucking extradition. Antigua's got an extradition treaty with the United States, and it's been there. There it is right there. You can read it. It's on the second column. I'll give you a few seconds to read it. Now remember, as you're reading that, you donated to a motherfucker last night that told you the story. That nigga trying to get out of the country. To Antigua, you ain't been nowhere, huh? Kanye West voice. Oh, you ain't been nowhere, huh? Kanye West voice. He got a tunnel in that crib. How you got a tunnel in there? Well, the tunnel has been in there since the house had been built. My little uncultured. You got to laugh at these people, and y'all giving them money. Y'all giving them money. Y'all donating to these idiot, slow poke motherfuckers. Oh man, the gangster giggles don't quit. Huggy got 45 million this week. Y'all leave Huggy alone. Let Huggy get a paper. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even mad at Huggy. The situation is bigger than Huggy now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted to end on. And I think, is there anything else I wanted to touch on here? There was something else I wanted to touch on. But I think that was it for now. For now, in this whole debacle, whatever. You know, but I sat here and just debunked 3 things in under 40 minutes. But niggas be sitting up here with 6-hour fucking lives and shit like that or whatever, collecting donations from people and shit like that. And that shit is just appalling to me. You know, there was so many people that were online tonight and this morning making a cash grab and giving cash to motherfuckers and donating to motherfuckers that have never spent a day in the music industry and it appears never spent a day out of their house either that much. You know what I'm saying? And one of the people that I saw on there talking the most was ATV. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know who I'm talking about, Pork Chop. Pork Chop then went live like 4 or 5 times, just talking, sitting in his uncle's kitchen, this talk. I said, y'all donating to a grown-ass man in the midday that is sitting in his uncle's motherfucking kitchen. But the nigga that was out in the midday, just yesterday, too, I had 2 things to take care of. I was trying to cover the Trump trial yesterday, and shit just got fucked up. By the time I had found out, but by the time he had got there, it was earlier than expected. And so, 2, he just said something very brief, whatever, when he went to the courtroom, and he said something very brief when he left. So it really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It really wasn't really that much worth it. But I was still there because I had to be there for something else too, which was very important. It was ironic too. You know what I'm saying? It was very ironic based on this news, but you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all know this, man. We are Bad Boy Entertainment. We are a family. I love my people. You understand what I'm saying? I was with my brothers a couple months ago. All of us. We very rarely get all of us in the room. And that's up here on this page or whatever. Shout out to Jacquay Family and Loving Hip Hop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people on here that have this mentality, and this is why I'm playing the song in the background, that they're going to get some power off of YouTube. Later, I remind you, you on a free app. You understand what I'm saying? A free app, which most of the people that, Yeah. Most of the people, bueno suave, gente, entonces, adios, hermano. A lot of people on here, and they think, like, I guess you could say, like a lot of people on here, they think, like, I can make my jump with this free app. I can make money off this free app. It's free to set up or whatever. What happens? And let's just say, what happens if YouTube finally say, hey, you know what? Yo, Bossa Cohen, cut me on this one, you heard? Like, what happens if YouTube start charging some of these motherfuckers to use YouTube? What happens then? And I think that's what should happen. A lot of people out here, see, responsible journalists, they don't put out misinformation. That's for one. Responsible journalists, if they make a mistake, they would come back and say, hey, you know what? I made a mistake earlier. I'm sorry. Now you're talking to somebody that was there at the cultivation or whatever, and I play stupid with a lot of people a lot of times. I've done this all my life. I play stupid with people just to see where they're gonna take it. Sometimes you have to do. I play stupid with motherfuckers, and so I've seen how people get down, how they move, or whatever. And I just sometimes I don't say anything, but when I see a group of people moving to the same tempo, let's destroy somebody that looks just like us. When that ain't my friends, you have a problem because then you don't have any collectiveness. And then when I hear people yell out stuff, a lot of people try to stand on shit, be like, this is business. This is no, that's don't take this the wrong way. That's how the riffraff does business. So you're not gonna get no white man to agree with how you do business. Most of you. You understand what I'm saying? I say that respectfully. A lot of y'all not gonna get white folks to agree with what your version of business is. You know what I'm saying? In the highest scope of things. And especially in the capacity of what Diddy has had and will have more of. So you think Puff's going down? Puff's not going down. It's not gonna happen. I think they should have paid because they would have to pay to yeah. I can't wait to see. Oh my God, I can't see the live. I can't see the live chat stream. I don't know why you can't. I think they should have to pay because it's too much information. You know what? I would think that people would donate to me and donate to my cause or whatever. You won't see that. There's been a full-on campaign because see, let me tell you what I'm talking about while I'm talking about this stuff right now. There was one individual woman that this is a trope that's been set across YouTube, and I think a lot of women of color that are toxic and involved in this should be completely ashamed of themselves. And what you're going to find is this type of tactic is going to leave you by yourself in the end. Nobody's going to want to defend you. Nobody's going to want to come to your aid. If you need somebody or whatever, call the sisterhood, I guess. That the toxic sisterhood, not the real sisterhood, the toxic sisterhood. But most of the people to answer your question, Lexi, I've got a tentative amount of people that one, jealous as fuck of me. And this is not to sound cocky. I dress good. I'm good looking. I speak multiple languages. I don't have a problem with women. I'm still young, fresh. You understand what I'm saying? So that brings a lot of fucking jealousy, especially from men. There's nothing worse than a jealous ass man. But a jealous ass woman that can't never have you when she about 60 something years old and this chick's whole entire existence, she ain't never even seen a motherfucking wedding, motherfucking proposal. I know the type. And there's a contingency of these women that run around that are toxic and nasty or whatever. And these are some of the women that are pushing out these stories about Puff. I don't care what nobody says. I remember when this happened to Tory Lanez. There was some of the most terrible things online said about that man. You understand what I'm saying? I remember when motherfucking what's the name got his shot, Johnny Depp. What they did, there was some terrible things said about this man. Come to find out she was lying on him the whole time. You understand what I'm saying? Kanye West. We just had Amber Rose this recently turn around and say, you know what? I lied about the weird sex fetish thing. But what it shows you and it proves to you is a group of toxic women, not good women, but a group of toxic women can all congregate together and they can make a lie seem reasonable and believable. And then in my opinion, that's what Tiffany Red did. In my opinion, that's what Cassie did. Cassie also took advantage of something called the Adult Survivors Act, which since it's more money in misinformation and disinformation for, it seems, the urban crowd. Yes, you heard me correctly. There's more money in disinformation. Listen, want a motherfucker, even though I debunked all that shit that the YouTubers that sat on there and lied about or didn't have the information to clarify, they will still get more donations than myself because of the pure simple fact. They are more exciting. Because they're excited because the lie is more exciting than the actual truth to these folks. Some of your biggest bloggers, you can't trust them. And I'm going to keep pushing that. And if you try to fight back against me again, you better be very careful. Because, see, I had a nice little conversation with somebody that matters. You don't have to believe me. I don't give a shit. Matter of fact, I prefer you don't believe me. That's always my mantra. I prefer you don't believe me because it matters more for me. You don't know how I think. You don't know how I think. I hope that you don't believe me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you figure that out. So what you have now is you have a lot of people that are online. And whatever the star is, But especially if he's a male, they're going to try to take him down. I don't know where all this help is coming from or why so many women of color are so inclusive in this. I don't know how many of y'all come from broken homes or whatever. But like I said, I saw this with Tory Lanez. I saw this with Bill Cosby. Hell, I saw this with numerous men of color for over the past 5 years, even during the damn pandemic. And it was like the whole bunch of different YouTubers, the faces, it seemed to change and grow, but the voice still stays the same. And it's like this whole spew of hate and toxicity or whatever the case may be. You cannot have trial and jury on YouTube. And unfortunately, that's one of the things I learned in person when I was at the Jonathan Majors trial. And I remember his lawyer, Miss Sandra, she said that very pertinently. She said, and she entered that into the judge, she said, I want limited exposure of these jurors to social media. Why? Because she was aware that there's people on social media that day after day after day after day, they either exaggerate shit, don't know what the fuck they talking about, or totally just misspeak in general. And not only myself, but a lot of people on YouTube. Now you think what you want to think. They're getting tired of it too. And it's going to be a big wash of it. I say in another month, a month and a half. A month and a half. It's going to be a big wash up. A lot of y'all going to be surprised. Going to be like, damn, that motherfucker knew what he was talking about. Again. Yeah, again. It's going to be a big wash up. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Don't be worried about it. See, the worst thing you ever want to fucking do with me is piss me off. See, I can be the best fucking friend in the world, or I could be an enemy to you. You make your choice. You make sure you pick which side you get on, and you stay on that side. And once you pick that side, don't you come back running. Talk about, oh, Lord, I couldn't believe it happened. Like, yeah, shit happened like that. Shit got real like that. You get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. This bad boy entertainment, nigga. Who the fuck you think you talking to, nigga? Especially, I heard a nigga sit up there today talking about how, oh, and you know what? Listen, let me explain something to you. Let me show you how dumb these motherfuckers are. I listened to this nigga ATV, fuck it, I'm gonna say that nigga Pork Chop. He sat up there today or whatever, and he was like, yeah, and you know, Diddy had Kid Cudi's car blown up, and you know he's dangerous, and this other guy, Edward, whatever, the white boy, da. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to top on. I'm gonna get on that in a minute. You know, we sitting there, we talking about all this shit or whatever. But homeboy, you live in your uncle's house. Why are you talking about a multi-motherfucking billionaire, nigga? Second of all, what experience do you have in the music business? And even more so, this is the biggest problem I had. This matter-of-factly shit that he was saying. It was just beyond me. I'm like, this is ATV talking. Like, why are you talking about ATV? What you got to do with the Pork Chop? Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. And he tried his hardest to try to act masculine sometimes. I'm like, nigga, use a straight fluke. Who's that you had calling up for you the other day? Nigga, fuck him too. Trying to scare niggas or something? Nigga, fuck you and your mans. All right, how about that? So he's trying to get somebody to call in. Like, oh, AT2 got back. Nigga, you gonna need about 50 of them motherfuckers. A whole bunch of pussy motherfuckers trying to act tough over line, man. Listen, are you tough in person? The way he talks, he don't know shit. This nigga is regurgitating shit. And I'm watching these goofies in there, and they literally, like, I really want to bomb on them, but I'm not going to bomb on them because that nigga gets off on that shit. So I'm not going to bomb on them. But the only thing I say is, you know there's a problem with the culture when a broad call in, and she say, yo, listen, I think this nigga, well, she ain't say she thinks. She said, this dude stole some money from me, and I think he did me fraudulently. And then the whole crowd is sitting there defending the motherfucker that's accused of stealing $200, and this is all women. And they bombing on a woman. There's a problem in the culture. I've never seen that, because I know if it was me and some chick, they couldn't wait for the moment to be like, oh, see what I mean? He did it wrong. He did it. Nobody said nothing about it. He was so bold about it. The nigga clipped that part of the portion of the end of the live and presented it. But you could tell by that woman's voice, there was something there. That woman wasn't lying. And it was just shameful that people was in there joking. They're like, you doing this just for $200? And I was like, yo, that's crazy to me, because these niggas are sitting up there. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. That's why I said, like, I can't really Yeah, I don't really fuck with that crowd too much. You're gonna find there's gonna be too many niggas I'll be talking to either, man. Like you seen that too. Like this nigga literally had somebody up there that said that he stole from or whatever. Niggas is like sitting up there defending them. That's why I be trying to tell you, these motherfuckers be having picks. Like the other night when I'm on, and I'm gonna say it like it is. I was on the King Payne nigga show last week. You understand what I'm saying? And there's some toxic motherfuckers over there that whether he recognize them or don't recognize them because the coin they spend, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I ain't got a beef with Duke or nothing like that. I could just feel the funny style in it. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You ain't gotta fuck with me, homie. Stay over there with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, I'm not gonna beef with him. Niggas think we gonna go hand in hand. No, I'm not gonna beef with him. I'm not gonna say anything about him. I'm not gonna go jaguar right on him. It is what it is. You gonna pick them motherfuckers because them bitches donate to him. It don't matter if they do right, wrong, whatever. He gonna pick them bitches. He gonna believe them bitches. He gonna let them bitches operate in his face like that. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? The toxic ones, not the good women at the Crown family, but them toxic bitches. You know what I'm saying? And the reason them toxic bitches is motherfucking attracted to you within the corridors of the good people is because the pure simple fact of what your subject matters are about. You can do that shit with a smile, but all in all, it attracts nefarious, nasty motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's gossip. It don't mean it's him. It could be any motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But even on his own program, one of the hypocrisies amongst many here with the urban YouTubers is of this. His chick's premise was she ain't like the fact that I said the word bitch. And so what she did was she transcended that from me saying the word bitch. And I do believe where it aptly applies. You understand what I'm saying? Where it aptly applies. She took the fact that I said the word bitch and she transformed it into he don't like black women, whatever. Let me tell you something. I say this plain and spoken. Do you know how many black bitches I fucked? Do you know how many black bitches I bend over and knock the bottom out of them and they love me? You understand what I'm saying? You know how many black women have had my back? Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story. There was one time, and it was this woman, her name is Donna. Shout out to Donna. She lives out in Connecticut or whatever. All mistakes and purposes, Donna looked like Shirley. Oh, I forgot what that show was. It came on. My mom used to watch that shit. What's Happening? She looked like Shirley off What's Happening. On my mama, she did. She had the short little afro. Shirley was missing a tooth or so, and she was like 60, but she was a good woman. Like she moved around and talked to people. Like she was just, that one person in the neighborhood, whatever. Me and Shirley had never become quaint or nothing like that or whatever. I would just see her in passing most of the time. And I called her Shirley. I'm sorry. I would see her most of the time in passing and shit like that or whatever. Anyway, long story short, Miss Donna, that's her real name, Miss Donna. Miss Donna, one day I remember I was going to the I think I was going to the mall. And many people remember this because I started filming. And this nigga was on a bus. And he was talking all kinds of racist shit or whatever. And nobody would say anything. And then there was this one fat nigga, this fat, sloppy nigga that got up. Look, y'all gonna be quiet. I said, yo, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, I'm gonna drop your ass, motherfucker. Like it was just real tight. But point I'm getting at is this. We was on the bus and it was camera, so I couldn't really set it on the nigga. So what happened was he tried to act tough when he got off the bus. So Miss Donna, she was ready to fire off on a nigga. She was like, yo, you better cool that shit out before I call my cousins up here. And then it'll be something different. Like Miss Donna wasn't playing this shit. She held me down. So shout out to Miss Donna. I want to give her respect, but you can speak all that shit you want to in y'all little corners or everything like that. The streets gonna tell you something different. Black female girls that I know gonna tell you something different. And all this trying to psychoanalyze me and talk about, oh, he hurt after his relationship. You damn right I was hurt after my relationship. I was with that bitch for 7 years. You damn right I was hurt. And I love her. I loved her. You know what I'm saying? That black woman. But I've also dated Italian women. I've also dated Jewish women. I've also dated Turkish women. I've dated German women. I had an Israeli woman living with me from my fool in Israel for months. You know what I'm saying? Who I met when she was selling Dead Sea salt products. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to ID David. She still lived in Israel to this day. I still speak to her to this day. You know what I mean? So, for me, it's crazy because that kind of narrative can be pinned. And speaking of the ATV motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Pork chop. the same narrative was put on him. So it's funny as hell. He's sitting up here talking about somebody that was sex trafficking and shit like that. Wasn't bitches saying that you motherfucking was a pedophile or some shit like that? There was some shit put up in the air that you was a pedophile. But this nigga over there collecting donations. This shit is crazy to me. I mean, I'm not saying he did that. I'm just saying that's what people put out there. So imagine a motherfucker's been accused of being a pedophile. Now report on somebody that's accused of sexual shit. The shit is beyond me, but this is how the urban YouTube works. You literally get more and it's so sad because they tell you the temperament and the attitudes and the mentality of the people that are involved. It goes to show that they're very low ball. Like some of these motherfuckers be on YouTube, they stoop lower than any motherfucker standing on the corner selling crack. Like literally. These are some low ball motherfuckers. And I didn't realize how low ball many of them were. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I said that too, because you know, the shit that broke me was bitch was sitting over here and smiling with me and shit like that. Watch these toxic, not women. Watch these toxic bitches on YouTube that'll sit there and smile with you and shit like that, but really they got an underlying motherfucking mean. Trust me on this one. There's a whole bunch of them hoes out here. Trust me. They're trying to get their little channel started and shit like that. I wish I thought I could continue arguing with two bitches that got a combined motherfucking rate of 2.3K subscribers. Combined. I said, okay, I see why you doing that. You need that. Bitch, you should have went about it a different way. If you knew what you was doing, you should have kept me online as long as you could. You ran to go get evangelist such and such. Come on, girl, so we can get your name out there too with him. That was the worst move you ever made. You should have stayed talking to me. You understand what I'm saying? I would have given you a wonderful report. You know what I'm saying? But she said, nah, I'm going to go this route. I'm going to beef. All right, you don't want beef for me, though, shorty. I beef multiple ways. You understand what I'm saying? For real, the little $100 bills you passing out, they'll all be mine fucking around. So calm the fuck down. You understand what I'm saying? Because I ain't coming at you like that. Matter of fact, I'm this, and I just felt the motherfucker say, please believe that. I keep telling motherfuckers, man, same lawyer. All right, do what you must. Shout out to Killer B. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead and test it. That's all. Because I'm not out here fucking with people. You know what I'm saying? Like generally, I don't be out here on these YouTube streets fucking with people. It's always somebody fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? And I got played by some people that I would never have taken that temperament with a day in my life. And I thought these people were cool. But inside other investigation, I found out some things. Oh, niggas ain't never cool with nobody. So, you know, I could raise some other questions. I could be like, well, if you ain't never friends with niggas, why are you like worried about a motherfucker? Like, I don't know. Let me let that go. That'll start something. I said I wasn't gonna do that, but this shit ain't adding up. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, you know, for y'all, a lot of y'all YouTubers, I'm just say this. I'm not interested in doing no fucking interviews with you. I ain't interested in talking to you. I ain't interested in sitting down with you. You ain't got to share my shit. You ain't got to donate. You ain't got to do none of that. All right? Like, seriously. You seen I've been here for an hour. You see anybody contribute to me, and I told the exact same truth. They're not. It's more money and misinformation, lies, and dramas with the urban crowd. And that's what it is. So, Puff, stay away from them niggas. Now, ending off on this right here, because I said I would end off on this. Before I leave, I got to speak about this. So, I think we were talking about, and somebody refresh my mind if I'm correct, but I think we were talking about this thing about, this guy, this white guy, Edward, whatever his name is, or whatever the case may be. I mean, son, like, do you honestly, truthfully think Puff gonna be walking through a fucking Opalaka airport with a motherfucker with open drugs and this shit like that? To me, it seemed like, yeah, they some real backstabbers. To me, it seemed like that was homeboy shit or whatever. But I put y'all on something, and I'll keep it a buck with you. Depending on the artist you're dealing with, depending on the star you're dealing with, depending on the movie star you're dealing with, all these motherfuckers got different demons, including some of y'all. Some of y'all got your own demons. That's why I said this shit about niggas sitting back trying to play like they holier than thou and shit. Well, because that's what it'd be. It'd be a whole bunch of YouTubers. Like, in my personal opinion, I think the motherfuckers that talk the most vicious got the most to hide. That's what it seemed like to me. Like the ones that overly, they don't just present the facts, they want to add in shit all the time. Those be the YouTubers to me. Personally, I think they got the most to hide. And like if you did a deep dive and you said to them, okay, well, let's divulge some of your life to the world. They won't do that. See, I done did that openly. I divulge, like from the day when I got on here, I divulged my life, like what I was going through. I didn't hide. I didn't try to make it look like more glamorous than it was. I had no little pretty background. You understand what I'm saying? I had none of that. I just did it raw. You understand what I'm saying? I was doing fucking lives for the fucking the homeless shelter, all kinds of shit. Like I was on my grind, like for real. During the pandemic, maybe yeah. You know what a group of toxic black women did? Not good black women, toxic black women. You know what they did? They told me during the pandemic, knowing that I was fucked up, I had nowhere to move around that really like that and all that shit. You know what they told me? You need to go get a job, nigga. Now, hey, we're gonna help you out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna help you out like we helped out Brick Lady. We're gonna give you $40,000. We're gonna help you out like Carly Russell, who just got convicted, by the way. We're gonna help you out like her. You understand what I'm saying? What we're gonna do is we're gonna give you $40,000 like we gave her. Oh no. You know what? We'll give you 40,000 like we gave Gorilla Girl. Oh no. We'll give you 40,000 like we did. You see the pattern here? You see the pattern here? There is no, and I will repeat this, and the Greeks have said it, the Romans have said it, Africans have said it, multiple scholars have said it. Multiple cultures say the same thing. If you don't have a family dynamic intact, if you don't have your men intact over the women, in most situations, what's going to happen is you are not going to survive in that world. It's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. Your continuation as a culture is not going to happen. So what you're going to really see is you can see you guys matriculating into something else that isn't exactly what you would call African American anymore, whatever the case may be. You're going to see something that's totally different. You understand what I'm saying? Go get a job while lying on YouTube. I swear to God, I can't make this up. But the person that they have, or whatever the case may be, you understand what I'm saying? It's all good with them. You get what I'm saying? So it's confusing to me too, because I'm like, okay, you say that to male YouTube, and they specifically just say it to male YouTubers. They don't say it to anybody else. They just specifically say it to male YouTubers. I noticed that. And specifically black male YouTubers and Latin male YouTubers. I don't know why that is, but that's what happens. Licks with the big yes. Yeah. Because I really think some of these women, I'm trying to tell you, not only them being, because this is what they're doing with Puff right now. They're attacking Puff the same way. All these women are coming out, talking about, yeah, because about women ain't never bought a Cassie album in their motherfucking life, sitting up here riding for Cassie. But don't own one Cassie album, don't own one Cassie single. Can't tell you the last time Cassie dropped a project. See what I'm saying here? So there's a lot of hypocrisy in this. Other than that, guys, that's all I got to say about this, really. I mean, like, I can sit here and talk about this for days. This crowd is not going to cease to exist. The only thing you can help, and I'll give you a hint if you're a YouTuber, is to make sure you try to get yourself out of this space and don't. And what I mean by this space is this toxic space has been created. It even revolves around certain creators. They kind of like, they're just known for that type of toxic material or whatever. So as you move into more 2024, stop listening for one, the gossipers that just jump on a story and don't know what the fuck they talking about. I was able to debunk this in the first 35 minutes. I just spent the extra 45 minutes just talking about a couple of things and a couple of issues. You be the judge. Guys, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. Anybody got any questions, anything they want to ask before I get up out of here? Somebody said I should allow y'all to ask me some questions. Y'all have some questions, anything like that, I'll give y'all the opportunity right now. Thank you, Annette said, great live. Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate it. And guys, make sure y'all go back to the beginning, check it out if you haven't checked this out yet. You know what I'm saying? And you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. But I just debunked 3 things that people online talking about right now. And it's like, it's just crazy. Shout out to Young Miami. We already know the vibes. I ain't going to talk about that over here because that ain't none of their fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Barbados, Antigua, it's none of your business. You know what I'm saying? So why are you so much of a voyeur? A lot of these vloggers, if you really pay attention to them, you know, it's like this. I say this ending off. There was a time in this United States when people wasn't voyeurs like this, when they didn't have the motherfucking the internet every 5 minutes to voice their opinion on shit. But it seemed like to me a lot of y'all is sexless, a lot of y'all is fucking just envious, and a lot of y'all is just miserable as people. That's why you spend your whole time just capping on other people that look just like you instead of going after the real villains and everybody like that. Puff has not been charged. And they said he's part of an investigation that is broader than him. They have literally stated that several times. And I don't think Puff anything's going to happen to him or our bad boy legacy. But just remember this, we are a family. You understand what I'm saying? This bad boy thing of ours. And we took oaths and we're going to stick by him. And like I said, until I see something different, it's just like every other family. You stick with the boss.